Hi, I'm Pierre Hencart, and I'd like to show you some interesting marine life that we have in front of our house in the Severn River near Annapolis. We live on a quiet, small cove off one of Severn's many tidal creeks, and we really enjoy the varied wildlife we see out our window. Pretty much every year in springtime, we see quite a growth of submerged aquatic vegetation known as horned pondweed. This year it was a very thick growth in the shallow water areas, even hard to kayak through, as you can see in this image. Sometimes we look out and see surprisingly large fish swimming in the horned pondweed, and over the years we've learned that these are carp. They are quite common in freshwater ponds and lakes, but they also occur in quiet, fresher areas of the Chesapeake like ours. Unfortunately for fish lovers like us, carp are not considered edible. But mostly we experience our carp by the splashing we hear after horned pondweed appears in the spring. Looking down there, we see only ripples, and you never know where the next one's going to appear. So I set up my video camera on our pier and let it run for a couple of hours, and then we edited out everything but the few splashes it captured. The real clues to what's going on come when we slow down the video and look a bit closer. And so here's a slow motion look at those splashes. It's very clear that multiple fish are involved, sometimes 3 or 4. A little Google searching for carp spawning reveals that, quote, the male and female carp spawn in the weedy grassy shallows by swimming side by side, and the female may even have up to 5 or 6 males fertilizing her eggs at any one time, unquote. So that quote comes from a site called bestofangling.com, and I think it nicely describes what we're seeing here. Those aggressive males are competing to pass their own genes down to the next generation, thrashing their rivals to get their sperm close to the female, who's releasing hundreds of eggs just waiting to be fertilized. So it's a fishy version of things we see on TV nature shows. It also speaks to what we hear from Chesapeake biologists about how SAV is a great habitat for protecting young fish and molting crabs. That surely is the case for the summer SAV we have in the Severn, but I can't see how that generalization applies to the spring horned pondweed we're looking at here. It's possible we do have some small fish or molting crabs in there, but these never appear in the videos, and I doubt it. You do see that all that vigorous carp activity uproots the horned pondweed, which dies off in a couple weeks in any case. The resulting rafts of dead pondweed along the shoreline may provide a habitat for bugs and flies, but along with inedible carp, we're not exactly talking about anybody's Chesapeake ideal here. Maybe there's not a happy ending to my story, but now we know what's responsible for that splashing we hear in our creek every spring.